Enoch's sex rule, the do's and don'ts. This is Enoch chapter 115. We're going to start at verse 1. It says, the Almighty created sex, so that which is flesh may continue till its appointed time, and to create a vessel or a spirit which is attained as soon as life is created, and a show invisible light. But spirits are not plagued by a aging, dying flesh. Therefore, God has forbidden fallen to have sex with man and his daughters, the very commandment which the fallen has. When the Almighty created life on this earth, He made everything to perfection. And everything that is needed to maintain life was created perfect balance. Therefore, you should not mix one kind with a different kind, as that which is perfect will no longer be perfect, as that which is in perfect balance will no longer be in perfect balance. You should not have sex with anything that is not man or woman, as sex should only be between man and a woman. That is how the Almighty has made it to be. And that is how perfect purpose must be fulfilled. You shall not have sex with anything that is from heaven, nor any beast on land or in the water or below the earth, as that offspring will be a abomination unto the Almighty. You shall not have sex with an abomination, offspring of anything from the heavens, whether flesh or spirit, and that of man or woman shall remain an abomination for 20 generations. You, as a child of the Almighty, may not have sex with any of these generations. When an abomination brings forth a child with man or woman, and that child brings forth a child with man or woman, so on 20 times, the 21st generation will no longer be an abomination unto the Almighty. You shall not have sex with an spiritual abomination, the offspring of a free roaming spirit of this earth, and that of man or woman shall remain an abomination for 20 generations. You, as a child of the Almighty, may not have sex with any of these generations. When an abomination brings forth a child with man or woman, and that child brings forth a child with man or woman, so on 20 times the 21st generation will no longer be an abomination unto the Almighty. Ye shall not have sex, an abomination from this earth, the offspring of anything between man or woman, and any non-spirit living being from this earth shall remain an abomination for 6. You as a child of the Almighty may not have sex with any of these generations. When an abomination brings forth a child with man or woman, and that child brings forth a child with man or a woman, so on 6 times, 7th generation will no longer be an abomination unto the Almighty. A man shall not have sex with a man, as man's seed cannot bring forth life from another man. This act not only despicable and sinful, but can lead to contamination, as a man was not made to contain seed of another, and his internal wounds can bring great despair and even plague if it were meant to be so. Say again, sex was created to bring life. Man lying with man goes against the purpose of this creation. Did the Almighty not create a woman? As for women, they cannot pass seed from one to another. And any seed but that of man is a abomination. A man shall not have sex with a daughter younger than 12 years old, nor educate her about sex, nor expose her to sex, nor allow her to witness sex, nor allow her to have sex, nor allow her to hear the noise that come from sex, nor allow her to witness a naked woman, nor a daughter. If a daughter younger than 12, not exposed to sex, the Almighty will allow her to bleed, which will indicate that her body being prepared. If the Almighty so allow, He will be able to bring a child into this world. That is how the Almighty has created it. And at the age of 16, he will become desirable man. The Almighty has created everything to perfection. Exposing a daughter younger than 12 years old to sex goes against this perfection. And thus it will contaminate her body and mind, leading corruption. Verse 9. A woman shall not have sex with a son younger than 13, nor educate him about sex, nor expose him to sex, nor allow him to witness sex, nor allow him to have sex, nor allow him to hear the noise that come from sex, nor allow him witness naked woman or daughter. If a son younger than 13 not exposed to sex, the natural desire to have sex will enter his. That is how the Almighty has created it to be. And at the age of 23, he will become desirable to women. Big and strong. The Almighty has created everything to exposing the son younger than 13 to sex goes against this perfection. Thus, it will contaminate his body, mind, leading to corruption. You may not give your daughter, nor son, nor wife, nor yourself out for sex to gain a profit. The Almighty created sex so that which is flesh may continue until its appointed time, and to create a vessel for a spirit, which is attained as soon as life is created. Sex was not created to make a profit or to gain bread nor property. Giving your daughter, son, wife, or yourself out for sex to gain a profit goes against creation and can lead to the corruption of the mind and the body, thus plague murder, theft, dependence, and all matter of evil. You may not treat anyone from another tribe of man, woman, or distant land from which man and woman comes from, who serve the Almighty, and the Almighty allow, who is joined to your son, though the act of sex, through the act of sex, in any ill manner, because all who serve the Almighty allow, belongs to the same tree. Your tribe is but a branch in this tree. All who serve the Almighty and the Almighty allow is the same, no matter the color of the skin, their eyes, or the appearance of their hair, or the sound of their tongue, or the amount of their riches, or the strength of their bow, or the ability of their natural mind. You may not force sex upon anyone who you are not joined to, as this leads to contamination and the scarring of the mind, which you will have to give account unto the Almighty. When your seed enters the flesh of a woman in any manner, if it is from below, or by the tongue, or any other manner, you are joined together as one, as Adam and Eve was one. From one flesh, you are now as one, of one flesh. As one woman was created for one man, from one man, for one man, from one man. It is true that how you treat, act towards, and your commitment to the one you are joined to serves as an example of your obedience towards the Almighty. It is true that how you treat, act towards, and your commitment, the one you are joined to, serves as an example of obedience towards the Almighty. But it is only an example, the physical. You may not be more obedient or love the one you are joined to more than the Almighty. As the Almighty must always be first in your life. Those whom are joined together may have sex with another, may not have sex with another, and must not bow themselves to desire another unless one of them transgress against that which was written about sex. Having sex with any other but the one who are joined to may lead to envy, jealousy, hate, assessment, scarring of the mind, plague, deep-seated harm, and contamination of mind of your offspring. Let me read that again. Having sex with any other but the one you are joined to may lead to envy, jealousy, hate, resentment, scarring of the mind, plague, deep-seated harm, and contamination of the mind of your offspring, murder, and the other manners of evil. You are appointed to care for, protect your seed. Then why do that which will harm them? Verse 16. Must treat when you are joined to through the act of sex the same manner you would like to be treated, as you are one, the same flesh. How would you act in the kingdom of the Almighty if you treat the one you are joined to in a ill manner? Are you then not just a servant of the Almighty by tongue and not by heart? And if so, are you not then a deceiver, whom at heart is part of the fault? Those whom are joined may not look upon the naked body of those whom they are not joined to, or listen to them while they have sex, or watch them while they have sex, or listen to tales of them having sex, or tell tales of you and your other half having sex, as this can lead to lust, desire, and other acts of evil. Those whom are joined to not refuse the one they are joined to sex, but to the best of their ability strive to fulfill the needs as best they can. But if the woman should bleed, suffer from pain or illness, or when it is time for daily prayers or worship, he may refuse. And if the man suffer from pain or illness, or when it is time for daily prayers or worship, he may refuse. Consider this: you refuse the one whom you are joined sex for any other reason than blood, pain, or illness, or when it is time for daily prayers or worship, are you not responsible? They have sex with another because you have refused. But if you do not refuse, there no guilt. Your other half's action. Those whom are not joined to another must prohibit themselves to desire or lust after anyone who is joined. And if they do catch themselves desiring or lusting after one, they must seek out the Almighty to ask for the strength to turn away from which the falling has placed within them. You may not have sex, daughter, or your son, nor your mother, nor your father, as this leads to a weakening of your seed, which can produce a vessel or a spirit, whom then will be trapped, weakened, and reduced flesh with weakened. Okay, verse 21. The writings that follow not commandments, neither are they laws, nor are they things you should see as anything that deserves punishment, nor a turning to or from, but may be seen as wisdom. Keep your seed strong, to strengthen your tribe, and to keep you livestock. This is not for all, and may not be for generations, as very great wisdom is needed to understand, as many may not understand, nor do they need to understand. As the Almighty has commanded, that you may not have sex, daughter, nor your son, nor your mother, nor your father, as this will weaken your seed. A close tribe and the seed of livestock will weaken as generations passes by, leading to a weakening flesh and a weakening mind. The seed of a son is greater than the seed of a daughter, as the son's seed may appear to be smaller. Only a son can provide a daughter and a son, while the seed of a daughter can only host a son and provide a daughter. The seed of a son goes to his son and came from his father, while the seed of your daughter only received half of your seed, and her daughter half of her seed. That is why the seed of a man lasts for many generations, while the seed of a woman for only a few. Do not encourage your son to take a wife from another tribe, but show him those within your tribe. But if he takes a wife from another tribe, welcome her into your tribe, as their offspring will strengthen your seed. But if all encourage it, your tribe will disappear. But if your daughter takes a husband from another tribe, whom worships the Almighty, and only the Almighty allow her to join their tribe, as her husband's seed will last many generations. But encourage your sons and daughters to take the sons or daughters of the offspring, those whom has taken a wife from another tribe, as this will preserve your seed. Seed of the son come from your tribe, took a wife from another, will last many generations. You must never force your offspring to do so, as if they desire one of your tribe, which has no seed from another tribe. Let it be so. Do the same with your livestock. Let one of your livestock mate the livestock of another from time to time, and let their offspring mate with the rest of your livestock. Okay, so I'm going to hit a couple verses before I close out this video, because I think what Enoch wrote here is mind-blowing. And he wrote this long before there was a King James Bible. And so this is what they stole from you, this type of thinking. You say, oh, I knew that. I don't think you really understood this. It doesn't speak about this on this level in anywhere in the King James. They may touch upon this. It may borrow from this. But it didn't hit you like what he said. Straight out was talking about sex all the way through. He didn't sugarcoat it. So let's hit a couple of these verses. I'm going to speak on them, and then we'll get out of here. Okay? Verse 16. I loved it. I love what it says here. Right? And it says, you must treat the one you are joined to through the act of sex in the same manner you would like to be, as you are one of the same flesh. Right? And that's a problem with a lot of relationships. Somebody wants to stop having sex with the other person. They want to get mad and they'll withhold sex. And in the King James, it says you're not supposed to do that. That's illegal. That's unlawful. So the minute that somebody comes home and man said, dang, I've been working all day and I need to hit. The woman is supposed to be like, okay, give me a few minutes. Let me do what I need to do. And then you can hit. If the woman comes home and say, hey, I need to be broken off, the dude is not supposed to say, well, I'm watching the football game. I'll get you later. He's supposed to be like, nah, I'm going to do it right now. I'll break you off right now. Turn that game off. Go in there and do your job. Like what he says here. Because this has destroyed a lot of relationships. We use sex as a tool to leverage the situation to our advantage, and it never works because somebody's going to leave. Okay? So it says you must treat the one you are joined to through the act of sex in the same manner you would like to be treated, as you are one of the same flesh. So if you know that your girl is freaky, then you better learn some freaky things, right? If you are freaky, then you need to tell her, hey, you need to do these things here, or vice versa. You need to make each other sexually happy. Okay? Because how would you act in the kingdom of the Almighty if you treat one another, if you treat the one you are joined to in an ill manner? Are you then not just as a servant of you are not just a servant of the Almighty by tongue and not by heart? But if so, are you not then a deceiver, whom at heart is part of the seed of the fallen? So whenever you dealing with somebody, man or a woman, in a relationship, and they restrict sex from you, that person is satanic. What he's saying, that a part of them has joined the fallen angel, and they have started to take over that person's mind. That's what he's saying. Let's go up to the next, because I like this one. I'm going to start right here in verse 50. Right, because a lot of men need to understand what Enoch has written here. He says, having sex with any other but the one you are joined to may lead to envy, jealousy, hate, resentment, scarring of the mind, plague, right? Juvenile diabetes, deep-seated harm, and contamination of the mind of your offspring. This is before you conceive a child. That if you out there sleeping around with multiple women, all you're doing is contaminating your seed, and you're causing your sperm harm, deep-seated harm and contamination, that when you do conceive a child, that child is going to come out with some mental problems. Enoch is saying they're going to have envy, jealousy, hate, resentment, scarring of the mind. They will have medical issues, deep-seated harm, contamination of the mind of your offspring. They will conceive murder and other manners of evil. You got to take care of your kids before you have kids is the point. You are appointed to care for and protect your seed. That's why a man is stronger than a woman. He is designed to protect the children prior to being conceived in a woman. You are appointed to care for and protect your seed. Then why do that which will harm them? Right? Isn't it good enough to have sex with the woman that is sleeping in your house with you? But when you don't, brothers, you contaminate your seed, because not all women are worthy to receive your seed, is the point. And so when you're sleeping between this woman, Shaniqua, and Becky, and Cindy, and Charlotte, and whoever, each one of them changing the way your sperm will behave when any one of them conceives that child. So what these hoes are out there doing is that they're stealing the opportunity from your wife to bear a child without being contaminated, with a strong mind, with a strong body. Just go at the top of 15. Those whom are joined together may not have sex with another, and must not allow themselves to desire another unless one of them transgress against that which was written about sex. Having sex with any other but the one who are joined to may lead to envy, jealousy, hate, resentment, scarring of the mind. And in the black community, we got a lot of babies, kids out here that got a scarring of the mind. They have mental issues, plague, deep-seated harm, and contamination of the mind of your offspring, murder, and other manner of evils. They will bring forth because of what you did. It's not a good thing for a man to have a high body count. It is true that how you treat, act towards, and your commitment to the one you are joined to serves as an example of your obedience towards the Almighty. But listen, y'all, but it is only an example in the physical. You may not be more obedient or love the one you are joined to more than the Almighty, as the Almighty must always be first in your life. And this is a problem in a lot of relationships. I knew a man, as soon as he got with this chick, he wanted to buy her a car. He moved everywhere she said move. He was seeking to please her all the time. And a lot of these simp-like guys like this guy, he thinks that that's the way a righteous man is supposed to behave. No, it's not. The righteous man is supposed to keep his eye on the Almighty. And even the chick is supposed to keep her mind on the Almighty. But right now, the Almighty has slated the woman to desire her husband and not him. So the woman is supposed to desire the man. Okay? And the man is the only one who is supposed to desire the Heavenly Father. This is why Paul said that the head of man is Christ, that the head of woman is man. It's because the woman has lost that right. She's lost that birthright to have access to the Almighty. Now, when Enoch said this, things were different. But now this is the situation. Okay? So how you act in your relationship serves as an example of your obedience towards the Almighty. Do not forget that, young man. All right, let's go up to this one. 13. It says, when your seed enters the flesh of a woman in any manner, all right, you can go down into a womb. She receives it in her mouth. I hate to say it, if she goes anal, however she receives it, right? If it is from below or by the tongue or any other manner, you are joined together as one. Okay? You are joined together as one. As Adam and Eve was one from one flesh, you are now as one of one flesh. As one woman was created for one man from one man. And I agree with that. I think all of us had the intent of staying with that person that we was initially with way back in high school. All right, let's go up to the next one. I agree with verse 11 here. It says, you may not treat anyone from another tribe, a man or woman, or a distant land from which man or woman comes from, who serves the Almighty, and the Almighty allow. This is what happened with Ruth. Why Ruth was allowed to be in our lineage. Because Ruth was serving our God. See, this is why they don't want to expose, especially the women out there, right? Because let's say if I got with a white woman and that white woman was trying to serve my God, then she is counted as one with us if the Most High allow it. You see, if she gonna say, I'm gonna stop serving Christmas, I'm not gonna celebrate Easter, I'm gonna keep the Passover, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, then she's like Ruth. That's the whole point of us reading about Ruth. Because what happened with Ruth? Her family, if you read that story, when Moses went upon Mount Sinai, they were not in the land. So they did not receive the law. They weren't present to receive the law. They heard about it in the land where they were when Naomi's sons died. And so when they came back to Israel, they came to Israel. Ruth wanted to serve our God, so she had to be accepted. See, a lot of us are straight line to the people out here in this world. Enoch is correct on this. All right? You may not treat anyone from another tribe of man and woman or distant land from which man and woman comes from, who serves the Almighty allow, who is joined to your son through the act of sex in any ill manner, because all who serve the Almighty and the Almighty allow belongs to the same tree. How can y'all not understand that? And your tribe is but a branch in this tree. All who serves the Almighty and the Almighty allow is the same, no matter the color of their skin, their eyes, or the appearance of their hair, or the sound of their tongue, or the amount of riches, or the strength of their bow, or their ability, or the ability of their natural mind. You have to accept that person. If they serve, and the Most High will allow them to serve. See, like Esau, he doesn't allow Esau to serve him. See? But like Ruth was willing to serve our God, and she was counted as one of the women that helped build up the nation of Israel. And she was a Moabite woman. So let me read this part again. All who serve the Almighty and the Almighty allow is the same, no matter the color of their skin, their eyes, or the appearance of their hair, or the sound of their tongue, or the amount of their riches, or the strength of their bow, or the ability of their natural mind. They are a part of the same tree. Now, y'all know y'all not supposed to sell, prostitute out your daughters or your sons or whatever, but some people are out there doing it. Now, I could comment on a few other verses here, but I'm gonna stop this video right here. The Most High put it on my spirit. Come back and speak upon the age thing, especially with the child, with the girls. Then I will do so. But until then, I'm gonna say shalom, and I hope that y'all learn something from this, because we need to step up and we need to change our ways. Okay. Because let's just be real. Like, I know a lot of black men that are just not stepping up. So if someone from another nation was willing to serve my God right now, I will take them as my brother. Because these brothers that look like my brothers, who may not be my brothers inwardly, can't do right. They just don't want it. It's like they are muted from doing what is right according to the word of God. But there may be a man or a woman from somewhere else that the Most High will allow, and I will accept. I don't care the color of their skin. This has never been about that. But we know, and we all know, we're not going to be foolish. We know the natural look of God's people. We know that. But let's not play games with it. So again, with that, I'm going to say, shalom, peace be with you. And may the Heavenly Father keep you. Till next time.
But I warn you, if you make any further inquiries, or if you say a single word to anyone